Well, greetings viewers, and thanks for joining me today. Got the front end of the Lexus tore apart here, still in the middle of the brakes. Gonna do the ball joints too. Wanted to make a separate video for that. I want to show you kind of how I'm testing it here. This is the underside of the ball joint. This is the control arm, so to speak, and there's the ball joint and the bushing, or the rubber boot in there. I just kind of stick my pry bar in. You can see where it's hitting on that control arm there at the back. I'm underneath the ball joint here at the front. See that? Play up and down. That means it's wore out. It's on its way. You could run it a while maybe, but why? Anyway, that's wore out. So that's how you tell. You could get the same effect by lifting from the body and raising up under the tire, but it's not four-wheel drive. There ain't as much going on there. So easy way to tell why you got it apart. I'm going to go ahead, pop this nut off, pop this nut off up here on the tie rod end, separate this, unbolt my ball joint, and put a new one in here real quick. So hang on while I get those bolts loose. So jumping right ahead, pulled the pin, cotter pin, took the 17 castle nut off the top, beat on it over here, per usual in the regular spot to separate my tie rod. Check my tie rod, the end joint's nice and tight, up at the rack it's nice and tight. This is all loose and floppy and clunky, and it was wore out. You saw that. Just 2 bolts in this one, odd. I, of course, knew that because I've already got my new ones here and seen them. But, yeah, just 2 bolts in this. So, was easy. Just 2 17s from the bottom. I didn't video all that. I've changed lower ball joints a couple of times now. I'm going to pull the cotter pin, take the castle nut off of the bottom. Either probably just use my fork to separate this since it's not going to be reused. Hold on. So I did just pickle fork this one out as well. Got it out. Obviously loose. It's flopping around. It's clunky. I mean, when you got one out that's bad and you mess with it, you'd be like, holy cow, why was I driving on that thing? But anyway, that unit's bad. I got another one. No big deal. It only takes minutes to change these. Literally, it's like 3 bolts and some swings with a hammer. I did notice while I'm in here, these struts, these are some KYB full replacement struts from Rock Auto that my buddy put on here. And while the struts are still in really good shape, the bushings on them have literally just kind of fallen apart. It's like that on both sides. Doesn't really clunk or make a problem. I'm going to put them on the list of things that need to be replaced. So when that time comes, I'll do that. I'll check my upper ball joint while I got everything apart and go ahead and get this bottom one bolted back in here. This won't take but a minute, and we'll see if everything else checks out all right here. Okay, so kind of jumped ahead as I do. Don't forget to put your castle nut and your cotter pin back in. This new one has a nylock instead of a castle nut with a cotter pin. I kind of like castle nut and cotter pin better, but I'm going to trust the nylock. Run your 17s back up in. Can't get the other one in there. And boulder back up, but it's pretty cut and dry, relatively simple. Got my new brake, my new pads and everything on this side. Ball joints in. Ball joints are easy. You've seen me do them before. So here you go again, kinda. I didn't really do much. I'm going to review this. Hopefully it's informative or something anyway. Yes, I did decide to put a wheel spacer on there to keep my rim from nicking my rotors. Where the weights were on them, they rubbed the rotors. 1/4 inch wheel spacer. Since I got those great bigger, longer studs in, I decided I would do that, and I'm happy that I did. So thanks for watching, and I hope this showed you how to put some ball joints in. It was kind of vague, but anyway, appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe, comment, and stuff like that.